Welcome everyone to our Sunday Discover Epicure. We are on location in Mexico. Trent and I are here. Jen and Mark are here. We just actually got out of the pool and we've been on our incentive trip with Trinot for 5 days. And now we are on location in Sayulita. We've extended our trip. So welcome. Jen, do you want to say a welcome?
Yeah, for sure. So welcome everyone. I'm super excited to be in a different location. How cool is it that we can work from anywhere, first of all? But we have some pretty great testimonies to share with you, some brand new, fresh testimonies to share. And so we're gonna get right started. Do you want me to just pull the slides up, Annie?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go. Okay, do you want to go ahead and get us started?
Sure. All right. So what we are talking about tonight is Trinot products. And, it's so amazing because we have just been around our Trinot business partners for the last 5 days, hearing how the products have not only affected their health, but also the business side of things. So tonight we're going to cover both. And Trinot actually means to change life with stealth. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Awesome. You want to go to the next one? So we are now in 4 countries. Our main focus is Canada and the US, but there's also the UK, Puerto Rico, and India. So once again, drop in the comments. We want to hear where you're tuning in from. And it's also an Inc. 500 company. So just amazing backing in terms of the business side of things as well. And then we have 3 pillars. So the first pillar is health. And we've seen amazing impacts and testimonials on people's health. Then we have the wealth side of things, which we might briefly touch on tonight, but the company actually started as a wealth education company and brought in health after. And then the third pillar is community. And Jen and Mark and Trent and I actually participated in our first Lift Where You Live. We did a beach cleanup in Mexico. So I just love that these actually are my core 3 values and also the company's.
So let's share a little bit about that. That's something new we shared because we haven't really experienced it. So let's share a little bit about what it was like to be part of a Lift Where You Live event. So for me, this was the first one. I was really looking forward to it because I love these events that we can do that give back to the community. And I love that we leave everywhere we go better than we found it. And whether that's impacting people's health, impacting their ability to create wealth, or like doing something like a community event like we did with a beach cleanup. It was so rewarding to see those giant garbage bags and to know that that beach was much cleaner than the way we found it. And safer because we found things like glass and all kinds of stuff that could hurt little feet. So it was really rewarding to be able to do that. How about you, Benny? How was it for you?
I know for us, we have been, wanting to give back in our own communities for a while. So for us to be down in Mexico with all the Trinot people that had earned the trip, wearing the t-shirts, participating, it inspired us to go home. And we live on Vancouver Island, so we have tons of beaches. So we're looking forward to bringing that into our own communities as well. Can you guys hear music in the background?
Yes, so we're going to have a little bit of music in the background. So let's talk about our health products for a minute. So we have a commitment to quality. This is like nothing else I've ever seen in the industry. I've been a holistic nutrition practitioner for several years now, and I have never seen products create such impact in people's lives. So we're going to share a little bit of stories, just a couple of stories tonight, but know that we have a whole community where you can actually go in and you can invite people to. So if you know someone that's struggling with their health, like you can go in there and help them find the products that are potentially going to help them the way they've helped other people. So we do have third-party validation. What that means is that everything that you see on the label in the bottle is actually what's in the bottle, nothing less, nothing more. It's exactly what it is. I consider these therapeutic dosages. So this is why we see this huge impact. And we see that this is a medical, like a lot of our products are kind of like medical grade. Our collagen, for instance, has been used in hospitals prior to us getting it. And we have actually made the formula even better. We have how many patents do we have on it again?
Seven,
Collagen alone, seven
7
patents,
patents on
guys, is
collagen.
huge. Nobody is doing it like we're doing it. So why don't we start with the collagen, Benny? What do you think?
I love it. This is my
Okay.
favorite.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually just stop sharing my screen for a minute here. And I'm going to read off a testimony. Our friend Kathy couldn't make it here, but I'm telling you, her story is so heartwarming. And when she messaged me just a week after starting using our Glow collagen, like she had me in tears. So I'm going to read what she texted me, because this is what we mean when we talk about high impact products. There's a lot of collagens on the market and you will see results in hair, skin, nails, stuff like that. But this has an impact that goes so much deeper than just hair, skin, and nails. Hair, skin, and nails, you're never going to have better hair, skin, and nails with any other product. But you will see differences with other ones, just not such a big impact and not a deep impact in the body. So this is her story. She says, I danced today. Making a coffee, I put in my earbuds and I let my dogs outside. As I stepped out on the deck, they ran up to me and I felt my hips sway as I did a little dance that made their tails wag. I swear I could see smiles radiate from their eyes as we all jumped around. I looked up at the sun and smiled. For the first time in 9 years, I woke up feeling good. At 7 a.m. in the morning, I wasn't limping to my kitchen just to sit in a chair while I wait to see if I needed an Advil to get the inflammation to settle down or not. Advil's not always effective, right? Instead, I was here on my deck holding my cup of coffee, still without any Charlie horses happening in that left hand, still holding it even after dancing around with the boys. I'm stunned. Every day I wake up with an almost drunk feeling. So that she's describing what life used to be like. So she says, every day I would wake up with almost a drunk feeling, temples tight, joints on fire. No one talks to me. No one bothers me because they know what I'm going through. It's always painful, nauseating an hour at least before I can function enough to interact with anyone. I started hating mornings because I honestly dread waking up. Every night I would lay down and wonder what fresh hell awaited me in the morning. It's been my norm for years, one that I've been grateful for because it was heaven compared to the trajectory that the doctors gave me after my work accident. But this morning, only 7 days after starting Glow, I'm sipping my coffee, smiling at the sunrise, dancing with my dogs, and thinking about all the things I get to do today. Not have to, but get to. I'm only on one product so far. What is going to happen when I add more? I can't even imagine. So when we talk about impact products, guys, I mean, she's very poetic. However, my friend Kathy, I knew she had been dealing with pain for a long time. And she said she listened to these testimonies and she just took a chance. She took a chance to try it because she was listening to other people's stories. And this is why we share these stories, because you never know what it will do for someone. And so if you're sitting here listening and you know someone who deals with chronic pain and inflammation, feel free to share this video with them. Ask for the recording, share it from social media. Share it with people that you love, that deal with chronic pain, because you never know, they might get that same result. And when I talked to Kathy thought, I don't know if I'm going to get this result, but it's worth a try. What have I got to lose? And it's absolutely transformed her life in just 7 days. So we want to help people with their quality of life. So Betty, do you want to talk a little bit about just some of the few things that makes our collagen different?
Sure. So as we were saying before, there's actually 7 patents on the collagen. So I was actually using a powder collagen for about 2 years and didn't notice any difference. So a few things that set this one apart, because this one is just the best. So there is 10 grams of protein. So when you're looking at a collagen, you want to look at the protein. And then 11 grams of the collagen peptide. So that's the smallest molecule. So this collagen is about 90% absorption rather than what I was taking before, the powder, about 10 to 20%. We also have the proprietary formula. So it has a clinical dose of biotin in it. It also has the hyaluronic acid. And then one of the things that is very unique about our collagen specifically is an antioxidant formula. So most other collagens that I've seen, and I'm sure Jen has scoured the collagens with her background, but most are synthetic. So ascorbic acid, whereas this one here is an antioxidant formula. Anything I've missed, Jen?
No, I think that's amazing. And there's also 10 grams of protein. And guys, we need a lot of, 70% of the people in the world are not, in North America, I should say, are not consuming enough protein for their bodies. And protein is the building blocks to our body. We need this. And our collagen is the structural protein in our body. So it's not just hair, skin, and nails like the beauty industry wants us, like promotes it as. It is our gut lining, it's our bone matrix. It can even prevent things like osteoporosis. It can help rejuvenate those cells at that cellular level, right? And it's our joint tissues, our connective tissues. It really is everything. Like 50% of our cells need this structural protein. And it is a type 1 collagen. Type 1 collagen, why is that important? Because over 90% of the collagen in our body is type 1 collagen. And it's the most recognizable form of collagen for our body, which is why we have that high absorption. So it is broken down with a hydrolyzation process using fruit enzymes. That is another thing that a lot of companies don't use this way of doing it. They use things like petrochemicals and solvents to break down the to the smaller peptides, which I don't recommend. So we love that they use fruit enzymes. We love that it's absorbable upon contact into our mouth. And so our collagen is amazing. Please ask whoever is sharing this with you to be invited to our testimonial groups where you can just see the power of it. Benny, let's talk about Enrich because we're in Mexico right now. So when traveling, we definitely need our Enrich. Should we show the video?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, how about I show the video and you talk us through what's happening in that video?
Perfect. So you're going to see that this is a snack pack pudding. So this is a very highly processed food. You need those digestive enzymes to process and digest any cooked or processed food. You'll see when you put it in the pudding, it's actually going to liquefy it. So this is a demonstration of how the digestive enzymes work. So we take them about 10 minutes before we eat, and you can see it bubbling. So this would be, it breaking down and helping you absorb the nutrients from your food. And yeah, look at it go right there. He's going to pour it in. And this is like magic every time. So you can imagine what that's doing and helping break down your food. So anybody on here have any digestive challenges? So we start to lose digestive enzymes as we age. So by the time, we're in our 30s, 40s, 50s onwards, we often start to have an increase of digestive challenges. Trent here had heartburn, an increase of food allergies or sensitivities, things like that. So throw in the comments, what are some of the things that people deal with digestion?
Yeah, so when we're thinking about digestion, maybe one of these things, maybe you or someone you know deals with this, like Benny mentioned, food sensitivities or allergies, heartburn, indigestion, things like Crohn's, MS, mental health struggles. It all starts in the gut. If you are not accessing your nutrients, those nutrient pathways to function, for your body to function, are going to be interrupted, and you're going to see some increased problems. So yeah, keep throwing it in the chat. If you or someone you know deals with any sort of digestive problems, inflammatory problems, mental health struggles, throw it in there and let us know what kinds of things that you're seeing in your circles. Now, Benny, I don't have the slide for it, but I want to share relief. We've got a couple people from the US on here, and I want to share with you. Unfortunately, this isn't a product that's available in Canada at the moment. However, I really wanted to share it because it's a fresh incident that happened just yesterday. So yesterday we were on an excursion in Mexico, and we ended up swimming through. I had to look this up. It's called a smack of jellyfish. So I thought it was like a school of jellyfish. I looked it up. It's called a smack of jellyfish. I swam through it. It felt like I was twisting and turning and tangled in a barbed wire fence that was like electric. It was terrible. I had these marks and welts all the way up my arm, on my leg, a couple on my right side of my body, on my stomach, and they started swelling instantly, and they were stinging so bad. They weren't very equipped to come to us very quickly with any solutions. And one of my friends had this relief cream in her backpack. Okay, it's a CBD cream, and she gave it to me to put on my arm. And guys, like, I have no dots. So in the testimonial groups that we've talked about already, you can go in there, or you can find me on social media. I posted it on there too. You can see how bad the bumps were. And they're like, seriously, just like a red little pinprick dot now. And the itch went away instantly. The stinging feeling went away instantly. It was remarkable. So I'm going to be getting my hands on that to use for bug bites this summer season. And you want to add something to that?
No, I just love that.
And put it for your bugs for your summer season.
What's that?
You can't have it for bugs for the summer season in Canada.
No, but that's okay. I have some at home, so I'm going to be carrying it in my bag everywhere because I do have some at home. But talk to the person who invited you, and they will be able to connect you to all the information. So let's move. Oh, did you
Yeah.
want to talk about?
Why it works.
Okay, should we talk about why that? Well, we talk a little bit about why the digestive enzymes work. It breaks down the food to the smallest molecular structure so your body can actually access the nutrients, but it also has prebiotics and probiotics to help with the absorption of those nutrients, and also get to have proper elimination. So things aren't moving too quickly or too slow. You know what I mean? So we've seen lots of people have relief from things like IBS. So I know that I know so many people who say, I just thought it was normal to have IBS once you're a certain age. It is not normal, guys. It is not normal. Your body is not functioning right. And this is like this little thing that can help you with that and get a little bit of relief. So, or massive relief, depending on who you're talking to. And some people have had tremendous experiences with that. Benny, where should we go with this next? Where do you want to talk about next?
I think we should talk about Mojo and Zest.
Okay, let's talk about Mojo and Zest. You start us off.
Sure. So we have two products. They're kind of cousins or sister products. We have Mojo, which comes in Brazilian coffee and chocolate. And then we have Zest, which is a fruity one. And these ones are a drink that actually activate your happy hormones, and literally is a hug in a mug, or a cold drink as well. So we're here in Mexico, and I love my Mojo. So I was a coffee drinker. I switched from coffee to Mojo, and I felt so much more energy, especially in the afternoons, all the way through the evening. And this is something consistently that I hear from people. And when we say impact products, a lot of people, most people will experience that the very first time they try the Mojo or Zest. I cleaned my office for the first time in 2 years. So drop in the comments. I want to hear from you if you're someone who could use a little more focus and energy. Is that something that you could use in your life? And then I also love the Zest. Trent loves the Zest as well. It's a fruity one. I love it cold, and summer is coming up. And I don't know about you, but I sometimes get lethargic in the summer when it's warmer outside. Jen, do you want to share a little bit about how those nootropics work?
For sure. So one of the mechanisms of this product is it actually increases the natural production of serotonin and dopamine in your body. So those are your happy hormones. So it literally makes you feel happy, first of all, but it brings the amino acids and B vitamins in it actually help increase your energy by the mechanism of turning your food into energy more efficiently, as well as bringing in focus into your mind. So Cindy says, I love my Mojo Zest roasted peach is her afternoon jam. Yes, love the roasted peach. So this is providing a lot of help with people who struggle with mental health, need a little bit of extra boost, and anyone who is just like really busy and run down and possibly kind of stuck on some like adrenal fatigue. It really is beneficial and helpful with that. Why don't we get talking about the business? We've got some stories to share tonight just about how this business impacts us, because we talk about the products a lot, but I think that we sometimes don't give enough credit to what the business actually does for people. So we wanted to share our stories because we're being directly impacted by it every day and as we speak. And so Betty, why don't you share first?
Sure. So I can share that, I actually fell in love with the collagen first as a customer. And then for me, I switched over from another company in December. I'm a single parent, and so is Trent. And the difference the business has made has been not only the big things like being able to afford to do things for our families, but also the small things. Like we have this amazing 10 and 3 bonus that we've hit 3 months in a row that have paid for private tutoring for our kids, swim lessons for our kids. And back in September, I couldn't even afford to put my son in karate. So if you are a parent, or, if there is something that you would move mountains to be able to do, having an opportunity like this is amazing. Do you want to share a little bit? So I've been in the industry for 8 years. Trent is my partner. And one of the beauty things is we can work the business together. So that's double dipping in the company. And he can share a little experience that he has.
Yeah, and I joined around the same time as Benny, but I have absolutely no experience in any of this at all. So it's been a bit of a learning curve for me, but it's awesome. Like we're first thing, we're in Mexico right now. So this is an incentive trip that Benny earned working together. And it's my first time leaving the country in 12 years. So like right there, that's just, my life is so much better. And then just extra things like gas money, food money for the kids, taking the kids to the movies, maybe ordering pizza, stuff like that. As a single parent, sometimes that's, it's hard to do. And since joining the business, that stuff's coming a lot more easily. So, and it just gets better and better. And not only that, being here this weekend with all the other people in the company, it's such an amazing, uplifting group of people. There's nothing more I can say about that. It's just amazing.
And just in terms of the big picture things, like being surrounded by all those people who are dreaming big and growing their businesses, we went from, in September, not knowing who is going to pay gas money to go see each other, to last week, we actually started a house savings account where we are saving towards a huge dream that we have of, building a dream house. So anything is possible. So that's a little bit about what is made possible for us. And we're just so excited for what's to come as well. How about you guys?
I'm going to add to what Benny and Trent have just shared. So this business, this industry has done so much for our family. I can't imagine my life without it. I remember thinking when my kids were little, like, I don't want to go get a job and send them to like childcare. This industry allowed me to stay home and raise my children, and allowed me to homeschool my children. It has allowed me so much. It has also allowed us to travel as a couple because all the incentive trips, we get to travel. Sometimes we travel without our children, which is amazing for a relationship. And then we also have been able to take our children on so many vacations. So many children don't get to travel, and my children are so fortunate. They've been to Disneyland 3 times, Disney World 1 time. They've been to Arizona, they've been to San Diego and done all the theme parks. They have been to Mexico. Like, they have no idea how good they have it. But like, this is a thing. Like, I always wanted to create memories for my children. And memories are so much more important than the material things. And we get to make these memories with our children because we get to do the extras for our children because of this industry. And I also want to just share one more thing that popped into my mind, because we were able to get a Jeep because you get at the very first level, guys, you get a Jeep bonus. This is normally you have to wait till you're part of the top 2% to get this type of bonus. This has allowed us to go out and get a third vehicle so that now our children have a vehicle. So our third vehicle, our children can drive that vehicle. So that is amazing. Benny just shared she's got 2 Jeeps paid for by Trinot, and we just haven't shopped for his yet. So how amazing is it that we can have this ability to do another thing for our children without it being a burden to an extra financial burden to our family? So that has been huge. Mark wanted to share, I have no idea what he's sharing, but he's going to share a little bit about just what just from his perspective of what he's experienced. I think just like even just being here this weekend, but.
Yeah, no, Trent already talked a bit about it, but it's community. I'll probably cry, but that's all right. I'm not above that. No, we met a lot of really special people this weekend, and Leah and Corey I met in the pool, and I talked to him, and just we were sharing a story about sports, and then it just went all over the place, and last night she shared in front of over 100 of us that which I already knew, because Corey and I talked about it. He's a truck driver, and he's been gone for everything. So he said he's got 3 kids, and they never saw him, or he never saw them do anything. He's never been home for it. And what her building the business has allowed is that he does it now 3 days a week. So he gets the time with his kids. And for me, there's nothing more important. And like a lot of the people we meet, we've extended, we have that privilege. So we've extended a few more days, and we get to spend it with Benny and Trent. And these are 2 awesome people. And now we get to know them at a deeper level. We've got to visit with them, but now we just get to spend, we're not going to be 24 hours a day, obviously, but we get to spend our waking hours with 2 awesome people, really getting to know them and their families, and they get to know our struggles, and we get to know theirs. And that's another thing we got to share this weekend with a lot of people. On the surface, they may look like everything is just going great, but we've all got our struggles. And I know Jen and I were thrown I call it a lifeline in regards to one of our issues, and we're going to pursue that and see if we can get some relief from that issue that we've got. So you just don't know.
The support goes way beyond business. And I think that's what Mark's trying to get to there. It's just like, it is not just about supporting in business. Like, business support is amazing. We have the best systems and tools here, guys. Best systems, tools, support, best upline, all the things. But they really care about us, and they support us in so many more ways than just just business. And that has been so amazing to also be that support for our team members. Benny and I both love our team members so much, and we want so much for them and their families. And I would say it's like one of my favorite parts of this business is helping others succeed. So the business model here is a little bit different. We actually build together. So we are truly able to help people move ahead at a faster pace so that they can begin experiencing and living the life of their dreams.
Just gives options.
I don't know if we want to talk about like go into the slides or not, but I think like we really shared a lot here. Ask the person who invited you here for the nitty-gritty details. They will love to either introduce you to one of us or their upline so that you can get all your questions answered. I think that, you know, we will be more than happy to open our doors to share the details, but I think this gives you a little bit of just insight into what it's like to be part of the community and some of the huge financial benefits, like life-changing financial benefits that can be awarded through this business as well. Benny, do you want to add anything?
The other thing I was just thinking of was we have both earned this trip in our first few months of business. So, you know, if you're someone who is either already with a company or thinking about it, you know, it's been about 6 months in the business. And last month, I paid off $10,000 in debt. Like literally, it's been a balance of which credit card am I using today? So for me to be able to pay off $10,000 of debt, to be able to have that financial relief and to be able, we wanted to come to Mexico for his 50th birthday and we had no idea how it's going to happen. So if you're sitting out there thinking, well, that's nice for them. Just, it can happen. Your life can change. When we say Ternat means change life, it really can change your life. And I think we're both really present to that this morning and today.
I just want to add one more thing because we just found out that they're going to be announcing another trip. We travel twice a year with Ternat. So we just got insight that we are going to have an announcement really soon. So fabulous time. There's going to be lots of time to earn the next trip and travel with us. And we can't wait to help our team members get on the next incentive trip. We both just started and ran in and earn the trip, but guys, it's so achievable and we want to bring team members with us. We all leaders want to bring team members with them. We actually committed that we're going to. So it's just a matter of who wants it. So if you love to travel, make sure you reach out to the person who invited you to watch this and get some details. Get some details about, you know, where the next trip is, what does it take to earn it, and come travel with us. It's amazing.
Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. And if you would like the recording, please reach out. We record our calls and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks, everybody.